Things are pretty rough between Joe and Lisa.
As soon as I get out of the bed, the dog hops into the bed.
That's his bed.
But his blind date
He's got an incredible bed.
rolled over for Joe.
You have to know he's well endowed everywhere.
And didn't dog his dog.
I brought him a gift.
After her blind date finds her quite fetching.
It got so hot at one point she had to put a stop to it.
Will they sit and stay together?
That's his bed.
Or have a change of heart?
Chris Jagger, welcome to Change of Heart. This is the show where couples who are questioning their relationship willingly go on one blind date with someone else just to see if they can find some answers. So let's meet our couple. Now, they're self-proclaimed beach bums who met at a seaside cantina about 4 months ago. She got a glimpse of his romantic side during an all-nighter in the sand and surf, but now she's a little afraid that his intimacy skills are a little washed up. Please welcome Joe Licata and Lisa Johns. Welcome to the show. Now, you guys are here because the relationship has hit some rough seas, I guess we could say. Lisa, temperature in the bedroom with the two of you, what's it like?
Ice cold. On his best days, average, and if at all, maybe twice a week. That's it.
Best day average. Joe, you're not doing good at all.
You're the ice woman, if anything, babe. Come on now.
I want it more, and he doesn't. He just doesn't do
Now,
that.
Joe, explain yourself. What's the problem?
She's ice cold. She's got really bad allergies, okay? And she's always using that as an excuse. No, honey, my nose is running, my eyes are watering.
That is not true.
I mean,
it's not
come
true.
on.
He's the one. I'm tired, honey. I can't. Let's go to bed.
Always a lot of
sleep.
excuses. Joe, what about nakedness outside the bedroom? Is that ever a problem?
Well, I wanted to take some body shots to do some male escorting.
Full on
These are
No,
pictures.
full on
Naked
nude pictures.
pictures.
We're talking boxer briefs or shorts, something to show
Right.
the torso off a little bit.
He
and
wants to be a
just
male
flip it up.
escort. He wants to be a male escort.
but
no woman
hello,
is gonna.
have you ever done it?
I used
have
to
you
be an
ever done it?
escort, but
Wait. You used to be an escort?
I
Case
was an
closed.
escort. But in Germany, it's without prostitution. It's no sex, nothing
Who's
involved.
talking prostitution
no
here?
guy.
We're not
no,
talking prostitution.
No woman is going to pay
This
a
is
man
black tie
just to go out for
dinners.
dinner.
This is black tie dinners.
It
Now,
doesn't
wait a minute.
happen.
Okay, now listen,
Doesn't
you guys
happen.
obviously have a disagreement here, but Joe seems like you're holding him back from his career goals by not wanting them to do this. How do you see it?
Pulling him back. I'm getting him jobs left and right. I got him 3 interviews. 2 he didn't follow up on. 1 he's not taking seriously. We're late for work. He passes.
What are
He
you
passed
talking
the
about? Where are
exit.
these jobs coming
He doesn't
from?
even care.
She's just making this stuff
I
up
get-
as we go along.
Now, does that
Hey, I'm
bother you,
talking-
Lisa, that he doesn't have a
What are you
job?
talking about? Late. Okay, we went on a job one time, bartending. We're doing a catering gig, and she has to stop at Jamba Juice, and she knows where this place is. I don't know where it is. I'm driving her car, and she falls asleep in the passenger seat.
He
So
told
how's
me,
he supposed to
honey,
get
you
there?
sit down and take a nap. You need the nap, and he just passes. We're like way on our way to Santa Barbara, half an hour past
All right,
the
now,
exit.
Lisa, what about, okay, now sometimes he doesn't have a job or whatever, so that's not good. What about other times in the relationship? Do you feel secure with Joe?
I mean, look at him when he holds me. He is so hot, and he just has these big arms, and he's sparkle in his eyes.
So that makes you feel good at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Joe, best thing about Lisa?
best thing about Lisa, high energy. She's great. She picks me up if I'm down, hanging, she's right there. Lots of energy. But it's also the worst thing, though. It's also the worst thing. It's a double-edged sword, because she's going a mile a minute all the time. And it's like, and then she has the real bad allergies, of course, on top of that. So it looks like she's on speed or something, you know what I mean? And she's talking real fast. My friends
Now,
are like,
Lisa, he says you're kind of hyper, really high energy. What's his personality like?
He's not even there. Sometimes I feel he's not even there in the relationship. I mean, he's always sitting at home, doing nothing.
Check for a pulse.
He's only, he never calls. I mean, in 4 months, he's
I
called
call.
me twice.
When you page, do I call you
When
back?
I page, he calls back, but he never
Well, here's
calls.
what I want to know then. If he's at home
Okay.
that much, Lisa, what the heck's he doing all day?
Okay, watching movies. If I want to hang out with him, it has to be with his roommate and his dog. They're always there. There's always a group date.
Hey,
Joe, now
Unless
if you
at
had a
night.
choice between spending time with the dog or Lisa, who are you spending time with?
she comes in
Dog.
between us. You know what I'm saying? She comes in
does?
between us. Lisa does. You know what I'm saying? I've had my dog since he was 8 weeks old. I've had him for about a year now. It's
I'm
like,
so allergic, and I'm always sneezing. My eyes are running, and as soon as I get
poor
out of the
thing-
bed, the dog hops into the bed.
that's his bed. You know what I'm saying? That was his bed before it was your bed.
All right, Joe, why did you decide the two of you should go out on these dates and see other people?
Well, we're just complete opposites, Chris. I mean, she eats top ramen. I like gourmet Italian. I mean, she's high energy. I'm laid back. It's like, come on. I mean, I'm just thinking that, me and my dog, maybe there's somebody else out there that's more compatible for us.
All right, we'll see if that's actually the case or not. Now, coming up, how well did Lisa and her date hit it off? We're going to find out next. with Joe and Lisa. Now, Lisa told us that she wished Joe would call her more than twice every 4 months and want it more than twice a week. Well, her new date says that women compliment his kissing, his charm, and his staying power. Please welcome Warren Rosenberg.
Hey,
Warren. Good to see you. Good to see you. Joe, I got to ask you, any compliments for Warren?
down boy.
All right, Lisa, I guess we introduced you to Warren about a week ago. What's his phone record compared to Joe's in that short period of time?
He called right on time, never let me wait. He called 4 times before the date to make sure everything's settled. Joe called me once and left a voice message.
All right, Warren, you got your priorities right. You got your foot in the door right away. What'd you think when you met her?
First reaction was a little more cute than sexy. First reaction, we're going. First reaction, I said. Going to play paddle tennis, so she was wearing a great spandex top. You could see her belly, it looked great. Shorts, and I'm a leg man, and her legs were number 1.
Yeah, I like that. Now, Lisa, what about going out on a date and playing paddle tennis? Any drawbacks to that?
Well, the tennis courts were right in Joe's neighborhood, so I was a little nervous that we might walk into him. And then, on top of that, Warren's a tennis instructor. So I was playing a little hardball, and I injured my shoulder.
Oh, you did? Now, Warren, one of the things that we heard from Lisa was that Joe's not there when she needs him. Were you there for the shoulder?
I think so. I mean, afterwards we went back to my patio, had a little wine, played some music. She picked out the CDs, and I gave her a nice massage, concentrating on that little knot that she had in the shoulder, because I did feel bad. I didn't want to look bad in front of these other guys on the tennis court, you know.
Too late.
So you made it up. Okay. Now, Joe, do you pay attention to her to give her those little things that she needs?
Absolutely, Chris.
No.
Absolutely.
He does not. Never got a
she's
massage.
talking about.
Never got a massage.
Not at all. Now, Lisa, what about Warren's massage? Was it good enough to at least get a compliment for him?
Oh, his hands are just so soft. He took really good care of it.
You like the touch?
Yes, definitely.
So, Warren, there you are on the patio. I'm assuming you're enjoying the atmosphere just as much as Lisa.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I'm starting to even get a little aroused. She was really holding my attention. Yeah.
So it was all good at that point.
I was enjoying the setup here at this point, yeah.
Now, Lisa, did you have any clue as to how much he was enjoying his little rub down?
Well, I could tell that he was attracted, definitely, but
I just wanted to know how obvious it was. Okay.
Little lacquer get you all that water.
I mean, I already knew that he was supposed to be a good kisser. So he started kissing my hands and my arms, got very, very excited.
Now, Warren, one of the things that Lisa says that Joe only thinks about her a couple of times a week or whatever. What about in your mind? How many times she pop in?
Oh, probably.
How many times did it pop out?
You know, you have your chance, you know. No one tells you to not take the girl out or anything. She'd get dressed up for you, too, I think, if you took her out, you know?
So she was definitely dressed up for you?
Well, that's coming up soon. She wore the most stunning exotic dress that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was open back, so short. I mean, I couldn't even concentrate on the play that we went to. I mean...
So I guess it's safe to assume that you were then again getting excited.
Yes, I was. She had everything going in
He was
the
all
blood.
over me during the play. I mean, we couldn't even call. He was holding hands, touchy, feely.
And in your head, Lisa, any poom poom money thoughts?
Well, after the play, we went back to his place. We're both tired. We've been up all day, so we took a nap. And I was a little nervous. I didn't want to lead him on, but
Where was this
it
nap?
was really cozy and.
Where was this cozy nap?
Bed.
In his bed.
Minus a dog, I hope.
No
dog.
pets allowed
No
in my
pets.
building. No pets allowed
pets.
in my building.
Okay. Now, this was on the way to dinner, or where
It was in
this?
between.
In between.
So we took a 2-hour nap, good 2-hour nap.
Yeah, she seemed like she was a little tired, and I felt that, you know, we had a long rest of the evening ahead of us. I wanted her to
All right,
take
so
a
you
nice
got the nap in
yeah.
there. Then what about on the way to dinner? Anything eventful happen?
Well, yeah. I mean, we looked out the window, and she saw her boyfriend a little bit with his date, so she started getting a little...
Really?
She's like, drive fast. You know, she started...
Really?
She got a little, down a little bit. She was...
A little
This
bummed?
girl-
Yeah, she was thinking
Did it
about
ruin dinner for you, Lisa? Or did you have a good time anyway?
We had a great time, but it was kind of in the back of my head. I kept thinking about what is he doing? Where are they going? She looked nothing like me. I didn't see her whole everything, but she had long hair. I've got short, so I'm like, well,
So, Warren, did
It doesn't
you
look like
sense
me.
that there was a problem, Warren, or were you having a good time anyway?
You know, the pasta was great. I gotta tell you. I was.
That's good.
I was a little mellow. And she was really talking, and she was really. Her energy was like, manic almost, and.
It comes with the territory, Warren.
All right, what about after dinner, Lisa? Did the two of you have a chance to mellow out a little bit more?
After dinner, we went back to his place.
Anything else pop up?
And he lit some candles, music. My shoulder was still hurting.
Yeah.
So
It was not.
got out the oil and gave me a nice massage. Definitely kissing made me feel very, very special. It was
Really?
great.
Quite a night.
I mean, the best thing Joe has ever done.
Yes.
Last time I was hurting, he gave me a painkiller, put me to sleep, and went out with his roommate. I mean,
Joe,
Hey.
you got to try a little harder. Now, Warren,
Yes.
you said
My
you were
last
excited.
painkiller.
Warren, you said you were getting excited earlier in the evening. How did things sort of end for you?
Well, it got so hot at one point. She had to put a stop to it, and I mean, I understood it was a first date,
Right.
And at this point, I mean, if she didn't stop it, who knows what?
he was great. He took me home right away. He was a gentleman about it. So.
I wanted to respect her.
All right, well, at least she reined you in a little bit. Didn't you get too carried
She
away?
reined me in a lot.
All right, was Lisa's curiosity aroused enough to give her a change of heart? We're going to find out later. But next, was Joe closer to his dog or closer to his date? We'll find out. All right, we just heard what happened on Lisa's date with Warren, and now we're going to meet the woman that Joe dated. Now, Joe told us he wanted to go out with someone more like his ex-girlfriend, which was an exotic Pacific Island girl who didn't talk a mile a minute and knew how to pamper him. Well, let's see if Joe got what he asked for. Please welcome Tia Cruz. Well, nice to see you. Go right ahead. Lisa, I have to ask you, did you know that Joe told us he wanted somebody more like his ex?
No, but he talks about her a lot, and he's pretty hung up on her, so I'm not surprised.
So you're no surprise
I'm not
there.
surprised.
All right, now, Joe, when you met Tia, was she reminding you of your ex?
No, not at all. But she was more exotic looking, which is what I prefer. Not so plain Jane, you know.
Excuse me.
And she didn't.
Plain.
And she
You
didn't
took
talk
her
a
out.
mile
Maybe
a
you
minute.
could see her a little
plain?
more done up.
Okay, easy there. Pokey. And she didn't talk a mile a minute. You know what I mean? I could actually say something back.
Now, Tia, what about Joe? Did he happen to remind you of anybody when you met?
Actually, like a Baywatch star. He's got an incredible build. I'm serious, this guy, you have to know he's well endowed everywhere, you know?
Excuse me, how do you know?
I just, based on first sight, I mean, you know.
Right.
you see
Just
it,
one of those
it's
first
your body.
impressions.
Exactly.
Okay,
Beautiful. I mean, look
Joe,
at him.
next question. You said you like a woman that plans for you and pampers you.
Sure.
Was Tia taking care of that stuff?
Oh, she was the best.
You won't let me pamper him. You will not
Absolutely.
let me pamper
She
him.
drove all the way from Chino Hills to Venice and planned this salsa lesson down in Long Beach. Okay, so I mean, I was sad. She came to Venice. We went to Long Beach. It was great.
Now, Tia, you're doing a salsa lesson. How close did you guys get?
You want to
He
see?
never takes
Oh, can we
me
see?
down.
Wait, here we go. Little salsa.
Okay.
Ready?
was it?
Lots of hips and
Okay,
then turn to the
lots
right.
There it is.
Well, the first lesson is just getting close.
You're
Chris, you know
supposed to
what I'm
just
saying?
get close,
Too bad. There's a lot of rubbing and touching going on. Now, Lisa, you never
He
get.
never takes me out dancing. I've asked him so many times. I can't even get him out of his apartment.
I took him out dancing.
Yeah.
See, she took
She
care
took
of
me out
He
there.
won't even leave. What do you want to
that?
do? Oh, let's go home and watch a movie.
Joe, what about other times on the date when the two of you were that close? Were there other times?
Oh yeah. After lunch, we rented a jet ski for a half hour. Now I knew she couldn't swim, so I
Yeah.
figured this would be great. She'd have to hold on for dear life, you know.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Got on the back of the jet ski.
That was a lot of fun. It was
She's
great.
holding on tight, and she stayed on.
Now, Tia, isn't that a little scary if you can't swim, you're out in the ocean, and you're on the back of this jet ski?
Yeah, but I mean, it gives you a good excuse to hold on to this guy.
Yeah, I'm
you know?
sure he
I
took
mean,
great care of you.
he's got a great build.
Right.
Wonderful.
So you didn't mind at all? All right, so
I did
Joe,
not.
I'm not thinking she's going to be hanging out and doing any other water sports after that.
Well, we did go to the aquarium down in Long Beach. Got to go
Oh,
to the aquarium, you know.
we'll see.
So, I figured the lighting would be good. It'd be a good chance. We took her over to the Shark Tank, and scared up a little romance. She kind of fell back to the
Well, they get close. They're like, right in your face like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you got really close.
No.
So now Joe seems to be a real animal lover. I mean, you guys went to the museum. We heard a lot about his dog. Did you get to meet his dog?
Yeah, actually I did. Chico's a great dog. I brought him a gift.
You brought Chico?
Yeah, I brought him a gift.
Oh, cool.
I think
What do you got?
because he loves to play fetch. Chico loves to play fetch. So
Okay.
is he here?
He's backstage.
Can I give
Chris,
it to
can I
him?
bring him out?
Do we have him? I don't think that's a problem. We can bring him
Chico,
on.
come here.
There he is.
Sit. Come on, sit.
Now, see, Lisa wanted to say hello. Lisa, let me know, though, if the allergies get to be a bit too much. We'll take him back off stage. Now, Joe, what about Chico hanging out the rest of the day? Was he a third wheel? Was he in the way?
No, not at all. Actually, the last part of the date, we went down to the bike path in Venice. And when we got down there, the cop said, no dogs on the weekend. So had to bring him home, and we just did our thing on the path. It was a great time.
Now, Joe, what about the difference between Tia and Lisa? Because Lisa, you said, is always going a mile a minute, yakking
Right.
away. What about with Tia?
Well, Tia was much more relaxed. We could actually have a conversation, and it was really kind of cool. But it was a little tough on the bike path because she hadn't been on a bike in a couple of years, and she was lagging
Long
behind.
time. I'm sure you took great care of her there,
I
too.
kind of miss Lisa there for a little while because she can keep right up, and we can, have a talk.
Tia huffing and puffing along the way.
Yeah,
there.
kind of. I mean,
She slept
the
for
end
2
of the
days
date.
after that.
Now, Tia, let me ask you, though, about like some of your other recent dates. Was there
Lay
anything
down.
that Joe had that the other dates didn't have or were
He
missing?
had great manners. I mean, he opened the door.
This guy had great manners.
He had great manners.
Look how surprised Lisa is. Shocked.
His mother raised him right. I mean, he paid
That's
for
right.
everything. He introduced me to his friends as his date.
The
even
door slammed in front of my face.
You don't get the royal treatment, I guess.
it opened for me. I don't know.
Now- Joe, overall, it sounds kind of innocent because those are the things a guy, I guess, should do, right?
Right, absolutely. And at times Krista was a little too innocent. You know what I mean? Tia's a great girl, but she's still in college and kind of doing a lot of things that I've already been there, done that type of stuff. So. A little too.
So that's
innocent.
the only-
And then we got Pokey over here who just can't keep his hands off her. It's like
she wasn't exactly
we got-
turning me away, buddy.
we got two ends of the spectrum. I need to find a little middle ground.
So, Joe, you're saying the only drawback is that maybe the date was just a little too tame.
yeah.
All right.
didn't
Now,
tell her
Tia,
to
were you
dress like
thinking at the
that.
end of the date that maybe things would get more physical?
Well, a little bit. I mean, Joe's great looking. You got to be attracted to someone who wonderful. Hazel eyes, brown hair, But all I got at the end of the date was a hug and a kiss on the cheek and some fantasies. So
Well, at least you got your fantasies to go home
yeah, well, they'll do for a while.
with. Okay. Chico digging around for his little new toy.
Exactly.
All right, well, you know what? The Clash said it best. Should I stay or should I go? What will Joe and Lisa do? We're going to find out when we come right back, so stay with us. All right, Joe and Lisa have each made a decision about their relationship. Now, Joe confessed that he thought about Lisa on his date with Tia, and Lisa did stop her date a bit short. But is that enough to stay together, or have they had a change of heart? That's what we're going to find out. And Lisa, we're going to start with you. Now, Warren showed you an elaborate romantic first date. You do say that you feel comfortable with Joe when he's with you, and he makes you feel good. It is your decision. What do you say? Stay together or change of heart?
Well, Joe is definitely irresistible. And he brings me down from my energy level once in a while, and we're going to stay together.
You're going to stick it out with him? Okay. Stay together. Warren, sorry things didn't work out with you and Lisa.
I'm happy for her.
Okay. Now, Joe, we're going to come to you to get your decision. Now, you said you like a lot of things about Lisa, but you think you're a lot, opposites in many areas. So that's a bit of a problem. What I want to know is who you or Chico are going to go home with.
Well, in reflecting on this whole thing, Chris, I found out that it's really not that bad. I have to work on some things. I think I'm also going to stay.
Another stay together, all right. Tia, sorry things didn't work out for you.
Okay, fine.
Well, Joe, Lisa, by coming on the show, hopefully those opposites aren't as big a deal in your relationship as it is. And, change the sheets once in a while and get the dog hair out of the bed, will you? That's our show for today. Thanks to Tia and Warren, and good luck to Lisa and Joe in their relationship. We'll see you next time here on Change of Heart.